What's up? What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing?
What's up, people?
I know y'all are probably there going, where's the intro? Where's the countdown? I didn't have time to do one today, guys.
Been a long week already.
I thought that I thought it was just loaded up, but apparently all I have is a outro and then the one from last week. So my apologies. I am off my game today. There's a lot going on. We'll talk about a lot of it. But Nas, what we got, man? Anybody in the house yet?
Oh, we have a whole row of people coming up. Mississippi Gunsmith, and good to see you there. Hi. We got Leonard Polomsky. I always hesitate on that. I'm sorry. Mr. Vino. Hey, M. Adams. Awesome. Glad you're tuning in. Keep your eyes on the road, brother. Stay safe. Hawkeye, thank you very much. Hey, thank you, Hawkeye, for posting the YouTube link in the forum for us. We kind of skipped it.
Nah, it's been, like I said, it's been one of those days, guys. Thank you, Hawkeye, for catching my slack, man. Thanks for catching my slack. I've actually gone back to work, guys, and it's my first week back to work since the surgery, and I knew better than to go to work on the day when we have a broadcast because it usually puts me behind. But I figured, hey, I got most everything done. Until I realized I need to redo everything. It's been one of those days. It's been one
that's how it goes.
But so it's a real tiring day with the news. One of the reasons I don't watch the news is because it's usually all bad news. Yeah. And
True.
Being back at work, you hear a lot on the radio. I listen to the radio when I'm in the car. Most times I'm listening to Pandora, but sometimes I get riders that want to listen to radio stations. And then you have the riders that want to talk, and then they talk about the news. And the biggest news, obviously, right now, the 10 people that were shot on Saturday in Buffalo, New York. And being that it's firearms involved, what's up, Nibbles? Shooting, I figured I'd do some background on it and read about what's going on, so I don't speculate on certain things, because you're hearing all of the and I'm gonna go on a tangent for a minute, but you hear all of the people saying, "Oh, Biden's going to do this, and they're going to use the gun control. People are going to use this and to further gun control, and so on and so forth." And they're definitely going to do that. However, I wanted to make sure that some of the facts, at least as reported. I'm gonna just give that quote, as reported. So I know firsthand, and some of the things I found out today was just utterly heartbreaking. We'll talk more about it as we go on through the night. I don't want to start out on a down note, but it's just the systems. A lot of systems that have been put in place, whether we agree with them or not, every one of them failed. Everyone, all the way from the guys high school up to the purchase of the firearms. It's failed. Yep. I mean, not his thought process withstanding, because that's just a small part of it. His radicalism and that's a small thing. It's the systems that we so-called, or some people, I don't even say we because I don't agree with all of them, but people pride themselves on the systems that are supposed to work, and they all failed. All of them. And 10 people are now gone because of it. I just don't know, and I'm being told that I'm lagging, or my system is going a little slow. So I am going to let Nas take over and introduce our segment for the night, and I'm gonna catch my breath and gather myself, and hopefully my system starts working at some point. So
why don't you finish that drink, brother?
Yeah, I'm gonna go put some alcohol in it. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, finish making it, kind of, sort of. So, hey, thank you all for joining us. We have not a whole lot on the docket. There's always the events that we have already mentioned in previous episodes and posted on the forum, FTQ80.info. First time quality, 80% info. Hit up the forum. It's free. Love to see you there. Anyway, and of course, big welcome back to Mr. Weapon XYZ. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining us again. And you, sir, have the MacGyver Minute that you were going to present to us tonight, if I do recall.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
My bad, Weapon. I meant to welcome you back, dude. I'm so sorry.
Dude.
You are quite obviously distraught, and that's
I'm
perfectly understandable.
I'm a little distracted, so
You're
But
good,
go ahead, man. I'm not gonna stay thunder, man. Thank you. Welcome back, my man. You were definitely missed.
Thank you. I'm happy to be back, man. It was a nice trip down in Florida, but I'm happy to be sleeping in my own bed again.
Well, hotels can be a tricky beast. Hopefully, you had a nice
hotel stay. No hotel stay.
Oh, okay. Though that's
Family's got a house down in Florida, so we stayed down there, and then we drove straight all the way down and straight back up. So,
all right.
No hotel stay.
That's nice. That's nice. It's always good to be able to stay with family. A little cheaper sometimes that way too.
Yep.
But did you want to start off with your episode, or
let's get to it, man?
All right. Well, let's put you on the hot seat here. There you go.
So I'm going to keep it short and simple today. This is a pretty easy one. There's other methods out there. One in particular was P80 Ralph's method with the hot gun or heat gun. Nothing wrong with that method. A lot of people have success with it. I'm just going in the route of maybe you already have something at home in order to be able to do that with. So the very first frame droop I ever fixed and will continue to fix going forward was with just a standard grip clamp or trigger clamp and a blow dryer. Nas, you able to pull up a photo of the blow dryer that I sent? The photo of where to clamp your frame and your slide, if you have that available.
It wasn't sent to me.
Oh, it was in the Google docket.
Hold tight. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I have to hop on the Google Drive real quick. Sorry.
While you're doing that, I'll just continue to go.
Yes, please.
So pretty simple. You have everything assembled, slides on the frame. What I like to do is I like to put the clamp on my front sight and on the plate itself, or just in front of the plate, for several reasons. And use the smallest clamps you can find. You don't need nothing massive. You don't need to apply a ton of pressure to it. But what I found works the best is to hold the clamp, and at the same time you're holding the clamp, you're also clamping the frame together, and that's holding the frame to the slide. You're just going to take your blow dryer on the hottest setting, and you're going to heat up right behind where the plate is, underneath and around on the sides, the whole time applying pressure with your seat clamp or your trigger clamp. Once you've finished applying the pressure, just let it sit for a little bit. Once it's been heated up, I find just a few minutes, or the best way that I have been able to explain how to judge the heat on it without using a temperature gauge or a temperature laser gun or anything like that is going to be when your hand gets hot. When your hand gets hot or the clamp starts getting hot, let off on the heat. You don't want to melt the thing. You're not storming Normandy with a flamethrower or nothing. Just get it hot enough to where it's pliable. The reason you actually want to heat it up with it in the clamp and not heat it up and then clamp it is if you don't clamp it fast enough after you've heated it up, polymer has a tendency to snap back. So by clamping it at the same time you're heating, if it does snap back, it's snapping back to the same spot it's in. It can't snap back any further than where the clamp's at. You can either let it cool for an hour or two once you're done doing that, or I found it easiest just to slap it in the freezer for 5 or 10 minutes till it's cooled down. And then I take the clamp off, check to see where your gap is, see if you still have the droop going on. If you still have it, clamp it again, hit it with the blow dryer again. And then let it cool, wash, rinse, repeat. I've only ever had to do it one time, each time that I've done a frame droop fix. But, you know, there's variables. It could have been treated a little bit better, stronger, harder, faster.
You're starting to sound like Daft Punk over there. Sorry, but while we have a quick break, I apologize. I'm not finding anything regarding the clamping in any of the shared docs, bud.
Okay, I will.
I didn't find it. I didn't find the MacGyver Minute document either. He must have deleted it.
I'm actually looking at it on my phone right now.
Did you share it with us?
Yeah, I did.
Huh.
Well, that helps.
Because
Here you go, folks. I will post photos up on the forum. I'll do another write up on there. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. The main reason why I've been showing people, or I think the blow dryer thing is great, is when I went to go try to fix my droop the first time, I didn't have a heat gun, right? I don't own one because I live in a house, or I don't own one because I don't live in a house. I live in an apartment. So there's a lot of tools that I don't have access to just because I don't have the workspace to house them. Which I know quite a few other people run into the same issue when it comes to their droop, where they might not have access to a heat gun. Why go out and spend $20 on a heat gun or $40 on a heat gun when I would almost be willing to bet everybody in this chat, in this live stream chat, has access to a blow dryer. Even Nas has access to a blow dryer, and the man has very little hair.
It's true.
Yeah, I was about to say, no hair dryer. Sorry.
Oh, come on! It.
What were you gonna say, Nas?
I was gonna say it's true. I even took the picture for you. I don't know if you're gonna end up using it or not, but
yeah, I have the doc. I sent it to you guys. I'll share that with everybody too.
Yeah.
Hey, I did that for funsies for y'all.
Let's see, we got T-Tex in the house tonight.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we take a quick break? Yeah, we got M.
Adams had a question. So you want to know how the droop happens? So the droop typically happens more on the Strike 80 frames than on the P80 frames, and it happens due to them not allowing it to cool enough before they've removed it from the mold. Or it could be a poor mold that just hasn't been changed in a long time. That's typically what causes it. You know, it's in the mold. They let it sit for however long. They take it out. They set it down, and that droop just happens from setting it down to cool, just because they didn't leave it in there long enough. The other reason I thought this was important today, listen, Strike 80s are hard to find right now. Good freaking luck. I've seen them going for $250 at some places. I know there are folks that have access to them. I've seen them also cheaper other places if you keep your eye out. But this is starting to happen more now again with the PF940C frames due to them pumping them out so fast.
Yeah.
They're trying to make up with the demand of the need for them now, or the want for them now, with them, eventually needing to be serialized here come August. So, yeah, that's about all that I got.
I might have to do that treatment. So yeah, definitely get that posted in there so I can refer to it if I decide to put a little heat on a couple of frames.
Indeed. And while you were doing your MacGyver Minute there, Leonard Polomsky shared this, and I didn't want to change the subject, so I held off on the share, but I would start it.
Thanks, Leonard.
Yeah,
Thanks,
yeah.
man.
That was a good thing I wanted to share there.
I should be dropping the final part of that next week. So anybody that hasn't seen it should be able to see it by next week. Next weekend, next Saturday, not this coming Saturday.
28th.
So yeah, strikes for $400. Yeah, you'll see some of those out there, and then you got to wonder if they really have it, or you're going to pay your $400 and get a box of nickels.
Got to have it held in escrow.
So, yeah, I got rid of all my extra strikes, so I think I had enough already. So, but anyway, super excited for the Copperhead series. Yeah, man. I think what I'm gonna do is, because I may have to reshoot the second part. I'm gonna start editing. What's today? Tuesday. I'm gonna start editing it on Friday. I may have to reshoot it because I shot it already, and when I shot it, I shot everything. Meaning, I shot the build, I shot putting everything together. If you've seen the pre-release of the Copperhead reveal video, in that video it shows me actually putting Copperhead together. So when I filmed that was before we had all of this madness going on with the YouTube striking down videos, and this channel already has one strike right now that's going to be till next month. But I have to figure out how to edit it where I can show some but not show it all. So I might have to film it. So my goal is to have it out by next week. Once I start editing it, I'll know exactly how much I can or can't put in. Either way, I think I'm going to edit it, and if I can't post it on YouTube, I'll definitely post it on Rumble, my Rumble channel. Yeah. You can go over to my Rumble channel at rumble.com/JettaMan Designs. Cool, Mr. Vino. I'm glad you got it. Let us know how it works out for you. All right. Oh no, man. I try to be the man of my word. Honestly, if I tell you I'm gonna do something, I might be late doing it, but it'll get done.
I was gonna say I've been a little late on sending things too, but
it'll get sent out. Matter of fact, I have something for Johnny. A few weeks back, about a month back.
Johnny
W. Yeah, Johnny W. When you did the drawing, you're
gonna have to be more specific. Sorry.
Okay. When you did the Dremel drawing,
say that 10 times quick.
Huh?
Say that 10 times quick.
Yeah, the workstation. I did a draw and Johnny W won, but he never sent me his address. So Johnny, if you're watching this, if you're on here tonight, send me your address so I can send you a little care package.
And it's really easy to get a hold of all of us. We're on the forum that's scrolling down across the screen right now.
I check the forum every day, multiple times, and my DMs multiple times a day as well.
Yeah. Oh. So if you sent it and I missed it, my apologies, but please send it again so I can send you a little care package, especially before I run out of stickers. In fact, I'm going to put some stickers aside for you tonight. So hopefully you'll see this. T-Tex, what you been up to, man? Just haven't been building. Hey, I've been in a standstill right now.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think we said it before, but Jeep, of course, is just empty every pocket. So,
yeah.
Every Jeep I've known has worked beautifully until it hasn't, and then it's been really expensive to fix. So, good luck.
I got a guy down the block that has my Jeep. Had to go have a little heart-to-heart with him today. I traded my Jeep.
Huh? Yeah, finally. I know we were talking about that a while ago.
Yeah, I finally caught up to him, and I told him, I said, just for y'all that don't know, gentleman down the block, I had a Lincoln LS that was sitting in my front yard, and he, calls himself a mechanic, so I gave him a shot to fix it, and I had an old Jeep that I was using for a work Jeep, and I wasn't using it anymore. He needed a Jeep. Basically, long story short, he needed a Jeep. I needed my car fixed. So he's supposed to be fixing the car, and the cost of the labor was the Jeep. Now, being the guy I am, if the Jeep is sitting there and you need the Jeep, just go use the Jeep, right? Fix the car. He said, I'll have the car done in 2 weeks. That was September of 2021. I still don't have my Lincoln back, and he still uses my Jeep every day to and from whatever he got to do other than fixing my Jeep. Fixing my Lincoln. So longer story short, I went and saw him today and told him, you either get my Lincoln done and back in my yard by the weekend, or the next conversation we have on Sunday is not going to be so civil. So basically, you'll have your car back. I said, look, if it don't work, if it's too much for you, that's fine. No problem. I understand, because I've gotten into things and I go, well, this is way too much for me to handle. No problem. Give me the car back. Give me the Jeep back. But he don't want to give up the Jeep.
You could always sell it to him. Cash up front.
Right. Yep. Usually, yep. Oh, yeah. And
I said that too. I said, look, you can either pay me for the Jeep or you can come cut my lawn for the rest of the season. No. I'm gonna have the Lincoln ready for you this weekend.
You got a long season and it's hot, man.
Yeah. I don't expect the Lincoln to be done this weekend. I really don't. So I hope I don't have to get the law involved, because I was smart about it. I didn't sign the Jeep over to him.
Right.
So it still belongs to me. Hope I don't have to report it stolen.
Well, be funny. Cops show up. It's right there, pointing down the road.
Yeah. I told him if I have to come back on Monday, I'm coming with a tow truck. 2 of them, one to pull the Jeep out and one to pull the Lincoln out.
I mean,
rightfully so.
Yeah, you don't have a second key for your Jeep, man?
Oh, I have it. Yeah, I could drive the Jeep out. I'll end up taking his trailer with it because he keeps the trailer attached to it. So I ain't trying to.
I mean, that's easy enough to de-hitch, I'm sure.
Yeah. Anyway, enough about my car issues. Sorry about that little tangent, guys. No,
that's okay.
It's been that kind of day.
We all have that kind of day, which is, it's unfortunate, but it's life, and we'll carry on and move on. It's all good. So, guys,
this it's 10:23.
Yeah.
So, what else we got today? Anybody got any questions that we can answer for you? Anything coming up? There's been a lot of stuff in the news about the braces.
Yeah.
But again, who knows what's going to happen now?
More BS. Just stupid, inane nonsense that'll be turned around in another 4 years. It's going to take time to transition for whatever to whatever. But anyway,
well, let's I don't know. What's you guys? Did you guys get a chance to read the article that I?
Yeah,
I did.
And a couple others, of course.
Yeah, I read a few others today as well.
Yeah, Whipping. What's your thoughts, man?
We discussed my thoughts, and the system's broken is a big part of the issue. Unfortunately, this person displayed all the signs of being capable of doing this, and no red flags were raised to anybody to do anything about it. Not at all. He's in a state where, me and Ram were talking, and I said, I would like to know how many people were in that store besides the 2 security officers they had that were exercising their Second Amendment rights. And then I said, oh, wait, they're in New York. What Second Amendment rights?
That's exactly it.
It's sad. It's sad when you think about it. Here he was able to legally purchase all of these things. And over the course of, so many months, a lot of the things from the same store that he had sent to him. This
all commercially bought.
Red flags to nobody. it's sad. The whole thing. I feel for the families of the people that passed.
Of course, yeah.
I've been, glued to the TV, watching stuff on it, reading the papers, because it's something that hits close to all of us. It's close home. Besides the fact of, this happened in a community much like a community that I grew up in, in a different state.
Buffalo is a beautiful city,
right? And this dude went and, did this thing, targeting a certain demographic of people, and it's fucked up. It's really fucked up.
Yeah. And it speaks to some sort of illness in his head.
100%.
But again, any red flag laws or anything that might have been triggered around him simply weren't. He posted repeatedly over and over again that he planned to do this, and in some ways he was easily found. So somebody could have reported that.
Right. And I'm not even talking about red flag laws. I'm just talking about common sense red flags.
Well, yeah, no, exactly. Exactly.
Is somebody purchasing that many firearms over the course of that short of a period, along with the other items that he was purchasing? Light bulb.
Well,
I mean,
I not to cut you off, and guys, just in case you're just tuning in, we're talking about the gentleman or the guy. I don't even want to call him a gentleman. The guy that perpetrated the atrocities in Buffalo, New York, and shot the 10 people at the Tops supermarket. But the thing that, I meant to I didn't get a chance. I ran out of time because I was trying to do some other stuff. The law as far as purchasing shotguns and rifles in New York, because I know the handguns is out, but what is the law in New York as far as handguns? Because this guy's 18 years old, and obviously he has never been in trouble with the law before. So what in the Washington Post article, the first gun they said he bought was a Mossberg 500. I said, there you go, Joe. You told him to go buy a shotgun, and guess what? He did. Yep,
that's true. He did.
I'm sure that somebody is pissed and trying to. Boy, okay. Let me just stay calm. Trying to figure out how they can make this about privately made firearms and AR-15s, because he didn't use either one of those, and I'm sure somebody's pissed that they can't spin that into it. And it just, how are they going to spin this? And now they're going to just turn it into, now we need stricter gun laws in New York. Well, was it the number two? It's either the number 2 or the number 1 state with the strictest gun laws.
Number 2, California.
Yeah, those are the 2, California and New York.
I mean, Hawaii's got to be pretty up there, though.
Yeah. It just amazes me that that's how they're going to spin it. And it's not about the gun. It's not about the guns. Okay, yes, he used the tool. That was the tool he used. Okay. But it's more about his hate for Black people, which is still small next to his mental situation. What 200 when I couldn't believe the Washington Post said that they had 672 pages of messages and posts.
As a point of comparison, that's nearly double the latest ATF ruling, folks.
And nobody said a word. The Washington Post was posting his content weeks before he actually did it.
Mm-hmm.
According to their own article. Now, mind you, I can only read what they post, but according to their own article,
mm-hmm,
they knew about this weeks, months. They said the title said 5 months he's been planning this. His high school. he had told them I plan to do murder suicide.
I'm just joking.
And then said, I'm just joking. I was just trying to get out of class.
That's not something you joke about. Come on.
And they just okay.
It doesn't make any dang sense. It really doesn't.
I'm wondering why, because to me, everything that I've read so far, to me, and I could be wrong. Please chime in the comments if I could be wrong, but to me, this sounds. Why is he not being treated as a domestic terrorist?
I mean,
why? Because if he was a person of color, and it just is what it is. If he was a person of color, I guarantee you, whether he was, it don't even have to be black, Indian, Sikh, whatever, somebody would have said that word by now. But no, he was just misunderstood.
That is a perpetual thing that happens in America with mostly Caucasian people getting off way too freaking easy.
And then the coward's going to target older people that can't defend themselves.
It's cowardly.
Very much so. He's a coward. You go to, if any of you seen the short I put up about a half hour before we went live, I listed at the end all of the victims that passed away. There was only one that was under 50, and one of the three that survived was 20, but the other two was 52 and 77, I think. But this was a store frequented by older people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, from what I understand, and I was still trying to do more research, so I apologize that it's just been a very full day, and I haven't done as much research as I would like to have done. He drove a very far distance, 2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours. Okay, so he drove 2 hours, and I'm assuming from somewhere else in New York. He's from New York.
Yeah, and he had surveyed the place prior to that,
right?
And actually had an encounter there with one of the security guards who'd asked him to leave the property,
right? And said nothing else after that.
Yeah.
So that's another system that failed. I used to do security. I know if you got somebody that looks suspicious, you fill paperwork out, you report it. At least report it to management.
Yeah, keep your eye out for this guy if he comes back around again.
Exactly. But he picked a place where he would not, one, be challenged by a younger person. Two, he knew that no one was going to be carrying. If he reconned that place like they say he did, he knew that place was going to be filled with mostly elderly people.
Yeah, except
innocents that were defenseless.
Yeah, except for the 2 guards, which he did note in one of his online posts, were carrying Glocks.
But if there's only 1 or 2 on duty, and you can,
well, and he was wearing body armor. They weren't. If they were, maybe they were wearing vests, but he was fatigued up.
But body armor or not, if he takes a round to the chest, he's going to feel it.
Apparently, one of the officers did manage to get him, but due to his body armor, he returned fire, and that was unfortunate. One of the victims.
Well, I guess he didn't pull the trigger enough times. And then that goes. If he did, let's just say he did. Let's say he had a 10-round magazine. I don't know if he had a revolver or not. Okay, but then that's just another argument of how many rounds are enough rounds. You're constantly trying to limit how many rounds people can carry. Oh, you can only have a 10-round magazine. Well, what if 10 rounds isn't enough? What if I miss 9 times? Hit him once in the arm and he's still alive. Now what?
Yeah.
And somebody the other day was, I can't remember who it was. They were talking about how, home invasions. Matter of fact, I think I was talking. Yeah, it was Classic Firearms. and they were talking about home defense. How many rounds are enough rounds? It's like, because now you see increasingly that home invasions it's not one person, it's not two people, it's a gang of people. They're coming in your house 5, 6 deep.
Safety in numbers.
Some of them bold enough as of lately to do it while you're home, knowing you're home.
Oh yeah. That's oh man, I'm real. Darth Dav. They pick easy targets, man. They don't want to pick. They don't want to pick a target where they might get challenged. This guy. I would want to know. They said he picked out 2 other locations that he planned on hitting after leaving there. I'm trying to figure out, how the heck did you plan on going in there, doing what you did, and then leave and hit another place, 2 more places in the same day?
He apparently planned out his parking spot and everything too, where he was going to park. And apparently his next victims were, I think one was a church, and I can't remember what the other place was, but also are very well known for having a primarily African American presence at those places as well.
Well, they I've never heard of this replacements thing. I might just be.
That's the weirdest. I read it too.
Replacements. We were born here to replace white people for political reasons.
I don't. There's a lot of really weird conspiracy theories out there.
I'm trying so hard not to curse, because I probably, there may be some people on here from my Facebook page. I promoted on my Facebook page, and guys, I don't curse a whole lot, but when things piss me off, I tend to. So I apologize if one slips out. On this channel, on this fireside chat, anything goes. So you never know what might come out of our mouths, especially me, because once I get riled up, they just start flying. So I apologize, in advance.
It's okay, Ram. We get it. You're on fire. We got you. Okay, off you go.
Yes, T-Tex totally premeditated, my friend.
Yeah, unfortunately.
He had what, my wife and I, we were watching something earlier today, and matter of fact, it was FBI, and they were saying that, they had a 4 or 5 page letter, and they called it a manifesto. And the first thing was like, what the hell constitutes a manifesto? Then I read this article, and I'm like, well, that could be it. 672 pages sound like a manifesto to me.
Hey, Nico Bernie, public canings.
But yeah,
I'm telling you, man, somebody's a lot less likely to do something stupid again if they get beat in front of their whole neighborhood. Just saying.
Yeah. T-Tex said the same thing. I wonder if public executions would send a message. Yeah. I don't understand how he got out alive. I'm still trying to figure that out. But go ahead.
Well, it's again, it's just this systemic problem that, stats prove it. It's you can't argue that people of color get treated worse than white people. In cases like this, whether it's robbery, murder, this mass shooting spree, whatever, typically if you're Caucasian, you get off easy. I'm sorry. It's the numbers.
And for those that are watching that might not be saying anything, but they're screaming at their screen right now, no, we don't condone any of this. I think you should know by now, we condone none of it. Guns or not, this dude should not have,
Nico, I just read your comment, man. He went to New York because they only allow 10-round mags.
Yeah.
He wanted an easier target with limited firepower.
Yep, exactly. And
so he wanted to go somewhere where there was a handicap on it.
Oh yeah.
And that's, it could have very well been go east a little bit. And there's the Commonwealth of Massachusetts that has the same ban.
Well, the ATF went to the store where he bought most of his gear, and he bought a lot of gear online. Which, look out, guys! There's going to be they're gonna try and put some strangleholds on stuff that people can purchase online, including. I mean, they're you know.
And just remember, there are in fact postal inspectors. They can open your packages.
I think some of the gun tubers are scared of this subject, because I went looking on all of the ones I currently subscribe to. Some of the ones I used to subscribe to, I did not go. There may be some out there, but no one had put up any videos about this. No. Coleon Noir had one video, and all it was a 30-second shot of a newscast where a guy was talking about it. That's all it was.
The only thing I saw was somebody reposting the speech that Biden gave when he went down there to Buffalo.
Yeah, I didn't even.
That was the only thing I saw.
I didn't see that. But I would speculate. Yeah, probably. Yeah. I would speculate that some people are shying away from the fact that he bought these guns legally.
It certainly hasn't been blowing up in that sense in the media.
And that is dangerous for us, because a lot of our fight is with the gun controllers that want to control the
evil ghost gun.
They want to control, well, that too, but they want to control the availability of people to buy firearms. And here we have a guy who bought his firearms
perfectly legally.
That probably, and I'm not talking about rights here. Let me preface this statement. I'm not talking about anyone's right to own a firearm, but just because you have the right to do something doesn't mean you should be able to. Now, I say that this guy obviously has some mental issues, and he has some racial issues.
Yeah.
And the fact that he wrote exactly what he was going to do,
like planned it out
before, during, and after each step. It was like it was a detailed recounting of what he was doing. He apparently was even live streaming at the beginning of when he went into the store on Twitch, but they shut it down 2 minutes into the stream.
Once someone tells you who they are, believe them. That is if they tell you that I'm a killer, whether they are or aren't, you should believe them. And this guy told people repeatedly. He even said, the time for talk is done. It's time for action, and I'm going to take action. He said that in November.
It's almost surprising that it took that long to get it done. But
he was afraid his mom was going to find his guns and ammo in his room.
Isn't that an odd dichotomy?
Which means his parents turned a blind eye to the person he really was. There's no, you can't tell me he was the good kid and he was so quiet, and you need to look out for him. I'm sorry. I said I wasn't going to get on the soapbox. I'm just real.
It's upsetting, man.
It is. It's upsetting for all the victims, families, just for us in general. We are. Oh, here you go. Sorry. Hard to count. Well, yeah, it is. And yes, we can do better, Nico. And, you know.
They say the country has a mental health problem. Well, hello. When you don't want to see the mental health problem, that's a problem. Or when you want to let people out of jail. They let so many people out of jail that have these issues. I mean, what was I watching? Reno May with the guy. The guy got caught with a firearm, felon. They let him out. I think it was 2 weeks later they caught him again with another loaded firearm. And this was not privately made. He had a Glock 17, fully loaded. Where did he get the Glock 17 from?
Straw purchase, stole it, bought it off the street.
But they want to make a big deal about me building a firearm.
You know,
For my protection.
And as a hobby, as art, I mean, you build them for your protection, and that's great. But you also build them as literal pieces of art, Copperhead and your other works that
Punisher
I don't want to. I don't. Yeah, I keep forgetting everything you've released or planning to release because sometimes you clue me into background stuff. Too many things to list there, but it's all art. You know, it's a hobby. It's not a destructive thing. It's just how you're choosing to express yourself.
Yeah. You know, I had gotten on this subject, and I know especially with me and Ram can relate to this, but gotten into the subject, somebody was like, well, why do you do that to your firearms? People have been doing that for thousands of years, man. What are you talking about?
Carving etchings into bows and arrows and crossbows, swords, freaking, you know, then muskets,
ivory handled 6-shooters, you know, with
they just
gold engraving, and
they just at a point where they're of it. Not that they're stupid about it. No one's stupid, but they're ignorant, just like I'm ignorant about brain surgery. I used to be ignorant building guns. I now are not. So I like to do it. It's therapeutic for me. You know, I can go in the room and come out
having a task, and that's exactly it. It's a hobby that we should be able to enjoy in the comfort of our own homes, like any other creative hobby.
I can identify mine without a serial number.
Yep.
That one's lethal. That one's lethal too. That.
One of a kind. That's right, Hawkeye. One of a kind.
Yep. Trench art, Mr. Vino.
Yeah.
That was actually, I had a buddy who was talking to me about. He did Murder Hornet back on the forum. If anybody remembers it, I don't have photos of it on me right now, but he did Murder Hornet. Me and him were chatting about it, and he was like, "Yeah, I was, showed a buddy of mine who I play online with and stuff a photo," and he was like, why did you do that? Why not just a black gun? You got these lines on there and you've got this Murder Hornet thing on the back, blah, 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 blah. And my buddy's like, dude, what about trench art, man? Mm-hmm. What about the, tons of trench art done on firearms back in the day, or soldiers that would, they would put, what's the word I'm looking for? Nose art.
Yep. On the airplanes.
Nose art on their planes and their cotton and their choppers, and it's a way of decorating your firearm.
Everyone wants to be an individual. I mean, it's about making it your own. And I'm sure something in their life that they hold dear that they made their own, whether it's they played baseball and got a custom bat or a glove or or
whatever the case may be.
Whatever the case may be. We like weapons. And I say weapons because it's not just about guns.
No, knives often,
guns,
axes,
crossbows, axes.
Hold on. Paul, I'll be right back. Speaking of,
no, that's okay. He's going to go do that. But, I'm going to backtrack and kind of on subject. A while ago, Jeffro asked, are we still, I'm assuming you guys being the crowd, still buying frames and building, and oh boy, I would love to have a lot of extra projects in hand, but if y'all want to send me stuff, no, I'm kidding.
I'm actually not buying frames anymore because I have so many other projects that are on the bench. However, I am in the market for 2 MUP1s, and damn it, I wish I could show you guys. 2 MUP1s and another AR9 lower nice.
Oh, okay.
I'm sending you 60. I'm sending you $60 this weekend so you can get that axe for me and do a job for me. You still have that link to the axe you said was good that was $60?
So I'm still in the process of this guy. I had to strip all of the factory coating off the head.
Sure.
And now I'm in the process of bringing it back to a satin finish. Okay. You can still see some of the forging build up on there.
That's okay. You can grind that handle, man. A little bit. It's fine. That's pretty.
He did all of that himself, folks.
Oh, okay. All right. Finger grooves are nice. Looks like you get a good grip when you need to put down.
Some may know I took martial arts for a long time. So when I was designing this, I was designing this not only as a hand-to-hand self-defense weapon, but also as a very, very good throwing axe. It's hard to share a video, but I took this up north last year, maybe year before, and I obliterated this tree stump that was at our campsite. I probably spent 60% of the time that we were up there chucking this.
Nice.
It's very, very nice. But these allow myself to get some choke up on here. Also for camping. I mean, this is a great little chopper when it's choked up towards the head of the axe.
Well, that you still have the link to the one you showed me about a month or so back.
Yeah, the same company I bought this one from.
Okay.
So this is from CRKT, and this is their Woods Kanji. The handle came just a plain Jane. Everybody here's got a Dremel. You know how to use pen and ink. All I did was actually printed off this pattern on a piece of paper. I then wrapped the paper around the handle, and I used a Dremel to cut in my lines. And then once I had my lines cut, then I went in and angled everything so it's got a nice, good, tight grip. This thing ain't going nowhere. I've actually nicknamed this one Jormungandr, which is named after the Norse dragon. This is actually the dragon that would essentially usher in Ragnarok.
Eat us all alive.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry if you guys
goes good with Gungnir over here. It's a thrower, but also a good pokey bit. We all have hobbies.
You guys are making me jealous, man.
Well, it's not hard to learn a new skill. We have friends to learn from down at the forum.
Dave says, "Why do that to your gun?" Coming from the tattooed, pierced, hair-colored person wearing certain types of clothing.
Yeah.
Again, we're back to individual expression. There are over 7 billion ways to be human on this planet.
Darth
and this
Dave
is how we
sounds like he's got
it.
his afflicted shirt on right now. I'm just kidding, love you, buddy.
Hey, later, T-Tex. Good to see you again, man.
Hey,
Thanks
dude,
for
join us next week,
that.
man.
All right.
Thanks for coming in, T-Tex. Yeah, man.
Thanks, Hawkeye.
So yeah, I think the only thing I need right now is as far as lowers or frames is I got enough frames. I actually have, thanks to our member Amuse, I have a new black CL in my possession.
Which you're going to give to me, right?
I have another black CL on the way.
Oof.
So
they're just creeping out of the woodwork.
Well, I've traded stuff for, if I could trade something I have that I don't plan on using anytime soon, yeah, I'm good to go with that.
I mean,
I'm a little low on money right now, but I got some valuable stuff. I think for one of the CLs, I think I traded a set of rook rails or something.
Wouldn't it be cool if there was a forum where you could go to buy, sell, and trade things?
Yeah. It's very nice. Very nice place. The thing is, you just gotta, and I'll be the first to tell you, I've been burned, but all of the guys that I've been dealing with here lately, they're all good guys and very trustworthy to this point. And I would definitely say, guys, if you have something to trade or sell, get into the forum, and please be respectful.
We're up to 180 users right now. Well, a little bit over, actually. Now, I've probably nuked that many, and again, spam bots. So if I counted all of them, we probably would have crested 600. They're persistent. So am I.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well,
so,
but yeah, so I'm just gonna do a little bit more research on this. And gonna try and keep you guys posted on what's coming, because I'm sure this won't be this is gonna be in the news cycle for at least another week or two, maybe even longer.
It follows a trend
because you have the primaries going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, not the primaries, not yet. The what do you call it? Yeah, the primaries. Because you got the elections coming up. So right now the primaries are going on. So it'll be in the news cycle for a little while. Everybody wants their podium time.
Well, if I'm elected, I'm going to reduce gun crime by absolutely nothing, because
absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Leonard Palumsky,
unless
if that ever happens, I will have to move somewhere else.
What's that?
We'll all have to
be writing laws to outlaw knives, axes, and spears. I have to move somewhere else.
We'll have to congregate in some nice area of the country and, like, you know,
I have to become a Canadian, something. I don't know.
Welcome, Jeff Crane, and yes, they will probably be in the news.
November. We'll be talking about it. But you know, like I said, I'd like to see. I'd like to see this guy treated exactly how he is. It's amazing. What's amazing is, you know, you had somebody like Kyle Rittenhouse that was defending himself and didn't shoot a bunch of people, which he could have, and they wanted to string him up. This guy goes on a rampage and not a whole lot being said.
It is certainly odd how the media twists certain narratives. And we can just leave it at that, because we're all reasonably intelligent adults.
Yep. Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Again, I'm going to apologize for my rant, but I'm not going to apologize for what I said, because I meant every bit of it. If you didn't agree with what I wrote, hit me in the comments. I'm a reasonable guy. I can talk. Just be respectful, because I know there's people that are watching that are in the chat, or people that will watch the replay. And will sit there and scream at me through the monitor. Hey, drop us a comment. Come into the forum. Talk about it. Hey, there's very few subjects that are off limits in the forum. So come join us at the forum. FTQ80.info /community or whatever you want to do. Come on in.
Yeah. The link's down below there. But you know, discussion, real discussion. Not haggling over nitty gritty little bits of law that are probably not going to, you know, take effect. That's what's going to help us out as a society, because we've lost that. It's broken down. Too many voices not being heard, but that's okay.
What about the Alec Baldwin situation?
They got
swept under the rug. Yes, absolutely.
But thank you for the reminder to always look in every chamber, safety second.
yeah. That's gonna become a long form video, dude. I've decided. You guys do awesome teaching, so you guys deserve to be in long form, not just previously.
Well, I'm gonna have to do. I think there's only really one other thing I can think of, and that's general, you know, keeping and care and maintenance kind of a deal. But well, I'll work on that.
There's always something about safety to expound on.
Well, yeah, and you know, I've been looking at the AR platform lately a lot, and some bits have been catching my eyes to look at. So I'll put something together at some point.
Cool. Well, guys, was that somebody's 11 o'clock alarm just went off?
No, not quite.
Heard some people.
No. Well, thank you one and all for joining us.
Next time I come back with a MacGyver Minute, guys, I'm going to come back and show my cheap. I mean, I threw this thing together with scrap etching.
The etching kit? Yes. Yeah. Awesome.
I busted out the tin. I was going to pull it out tonight and just show what I was going to show next time, but I didn't have time to pull it out. It was a bit of a rush tonight towards the end. I was switching out my wife's license plates, getting dinner ready, that kind of stuff. So
multitasking, living life. We got you. Here's a thought. Get a parts list together ahead of time. Share with the crew. It can be an interactive build experience. We can't build a frame, but we can learn how to etch one together.
I thought of I have a piece of metal. I have stencils laying around. I can just do it on a piece of metal live. Takes 2 to 3 minutes to put a good etch on something with what I'm using, which, by the way, folks, is a vape battery, just a 18650.
Simple, easy, cheap.
I did 4 etching jobs with that one battery before needing to recharge it.
Wow.
And it
pretty
fits,
efficient too.
Yeah, and it fits in a little wallet tin. So
I've been interested to see the kit, so it'll be good to have on video. But
speaking of which, you're gonna have to show. You'll have to show me, or I'll read your article on how to do it, because the one frame I have here for Punisher, I couldn't send you to do the etching on. So I'm gonna have to do that one. So once you get the stencils, let me know. I'll tell you which number to keep out to send me for Punisher. Maybe 2.
All right.
Because I haven't done Copperhead either. So
right.
Yeah. So anyway, we are gonna wrap this up, guys. You guys got anything else to share before we sign off?
Well, one last share, as we were kind of bantering about just there. Darth Dab almost finished with your first AR build. Kudos to you.
What caliber? What bill? What's all right? Next week, Dave. Plan to let us know what you're doing. What your AR build is, man. Because if we go into it right now, we'll be talking for a half hour about what you're building. So plan on letting us know next week. I'm gonna make a note to call you out on it next week. So matter of fact, why don't you come on live with us next week and talk about it? Yeah, that's
just not show it. Talk all the time, but not show.
Come on live with us next week and talk about it.
Real quick. Polymer 80 ARs. Go aluminum.
Yeah, please. I was gonna say, if you're doing an AR9, polymer's fine. If you're doing,
or a dedicated 22.
Yeah, we're 22 LR. If you're doing anything bigger than that, I would suggest going with an aluminum.
The polymer right around the buffer tube doesn't have quite enough strength to hold it and tends to crack, both in 3D prints from what I've seen and the P80s. That's all I can say on that.
Yeah, 22 long rifle. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Hawkeye agrees for the 22. All right, cool. Mm-hmm. All right. Anyway,
not a lot of recoil and damage there. So
yeah,
I wouldn't trust the polymer to a high caliber round.
But if you wanted to make a hand solo blaster, you can go right ahead for it.
Did you share that on the forum? Did you guys share that?
No,
I didn't, but I think I am going to.
I need to share that when one of you guys get a chance. When I get a chance tonight, I'll pop up something on there for something else as well.
Within 24 hours, one of the three of us will post that because it's adorable. Anyway,
so good, so good.
Thank you all for joining us.
Amazing. All right, guys, I'm not gonna go to that. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for allowing us to share. Hopefully, we can get some of you guys on live with us real soon.
Indeed. You can always message us, hit us up on the forum. We do this every Tuesday night, 10 Eastern.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. We'll holler at y'all later.
All right.